Hello, hello. It's paint time, and I am not going to tell you what we are painting today. We're just going to paint and see if you guys can figure it out. And today we're starting a series, or this is one of our series, and it's called Painting Blobs. Anybody can paint a blob, right? You can paint a blob. So here we go. And I am going to today be using just some regular old paints from Walmart. And I'm not going to use this paint palette, but I am going to use this just to mix some colors. I have my water. I have a round, I think it's number 6 brush, does not matter. And then I also have some of my micron pens for the end. I just have a couple of pens. And today I'm going to be doing this on a card. Part of the card series. This is a blob card, but it's also very hopeful. And I'll tell you why later. So anyway, we're going to start it. And here we go. I'm going to take myself out and lower you down, because I figured out how to do that, and I'm so excited. Okay, I learned how to do this. Look at that. You guys can't say you can't see now, right? So I've got my water. I'm gonna put my little paper out of the way for a minute, and I'm gonna start mixing. I want some yellow. You know, you just get it wet, real wet. Pull some yellow in. I don't really want this color yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay a couple different yellows down here so I can mix different things. Mix it with different colors and see what we get. Because yellow is probably going to be my base color. And you'll see why once you realize what we're painting. So, I'm going to spritz these suckers with my spray bottle. See if I can't activate some of that color without me having to dip and dip and dip and dip. Dip and dip and dip. That reminds me of Dippin' Dots. Anybody ever had Dippin' Dots? Okay, they kind of drive me crazy because they're not really ice cream. They're baking. They're telling you it's ice cream. It's a lie. Well, I don't know if it's a lie or not, but it feels like a lie. I'm going to take some orange and mix it in this one. See what we get. That's kind of a fun color. Okay. I'm going to take some red. I didn't even wash my brush. And mix it in this one. Let's see what we get. That also is a fun color. Okay, I'm going to rinse a little bit. I'm going to take some orange and just make an orange one. See how all the colors are slightly different. These are real similar. I might do something to darken it up. So we know, or we should know, we are learning about color wheels. Color wheels, you can darken a color by using the complementary color on the color wheel. I think that's what it's called, the one straight across. So if I want to darken up this orange a little bit, I'm going to use a tad of purple and see what I can do. See if it makes it a richer kind of orange color. And it does. I like that color. Okay, so I still have 2 true yellows over here that I really don't want to use. I think I will add some. This might turn out icky. Let's give it a try. It's kind of icky. Kind of brown. Kind of gross. How about Some red. It's almost red, but it's got that orange tint to it. And these two are real similar, so I'll add a little bit more purple and see if I can't darken this one up a little bit with the complementary. Hoping it. Okay, that's pretty. Excuse me. And this one is ugly. So, what am I going to do? It's going to be like Easter egg time. You know when you paint Easter eggs and you put too many colors in and it just comes brown? Well, we're just going to add some brown and see if I can get kind of a tannish. All right, those are some pretty fun colors. So now comes the super hard part. Time for the blobs. That was a joke. It's not super hard. And I have just a small card today. And you guys, when I do these cards, because I talked about how much I think cards are super important, and sending mail and connecting with people, I am going to be going live, so we will be able to talk back and forth soon. But I like to send cards. And so here's what I'm doing. I take my big paper that I use, let's see, I showed it to y'all once. And I cut it down because it's super cheap. Watercolor cards are kind of expensive. And so I take it and I cut it down and then I fold it. And I do it to fit in those envelopes that I showed you that I had. And I do that just because it's a lot cheaper and I have a little bit control over what size it is. So I would encourage you, if you want to do a lot of cards, like me, go ahead and do it that way. So here we go with our blobs. Are we ready? I'm going to start with the lightest color and going to draw a blob. I paint a blob. Ready? This is what I'm going to paint. A blob. Just a blob. That's it. I'm going to bring it down here and kind of give it a little bit of shape. And I'm going to add some more color because I want it to be somewhat bright in color. Kind of more like a circle. But it doesn't have to be. It just has to be a blob. All right, I think I'm going to try to do one of each color. This one, the ugly one, that I don't really like this color, I'm going to do small, and I'm going to do it like this. I'll just do a blob like this. I want that off there. I'm just going to keep adding layers of color till it gets to the color that I can tolerate. She's such a weird color. I may come back and do, because watercolor is all about layering, I may come back and do some more. And I'm going to use my paper towel just to tap off my brush. And also throw water all over the table. That's what I'm going to do. All right, I'm going to go with orange. And this orange is going to be maybe one like this. This kind of a blob. I may not have room for 5. I'm going to try to do 5 because, I don't like to do even numbers. This is a fun one. It's kind of a elongated blob. I think one of these next blobs is going to have to be small. Or I'm going to run out of cards. Card space. Okay. Tap, tap, tap. Maybe I'll do this one right here. different color. But I'm trying to show you that you can use any paint. You can, oh, I forgot to tell you my other supply. Hold on. It's not a secret. I just forgot. And I don't need this to be round. I just need it to be blobby. Like that. This is my other supply. Just Crayola markers. So we got, I think this is Crayola paint. Probably from the Dollar Tree or from Walmart. And Crayola markers. That's what we're doing. Not super intense today. So let's take some of this. Maybe I'll do one going off the page. A little hangy offy blob. How about that? Yeah, let's make it that way. Okay. I'm going to go back and add some color. Just do my colors again so I can get some little bit more intensity. Not being super particular. Like that one, see, it has a big knot on it right there. Looks like if it was a head, somebody would have bonked their head. They might have a concussion. It's got a big old knot. It's okay. All right. Tap, tap, tap. This one is here. It's going to add a little bit more color. To this blob. Okay, that looks great. Now the weird color that I don't like. I think I'm going to make this bigger. So I may have to come back in and do another coat just so it matches. It's kind of disappearing down here. I'm wondering what's going on. Weird. The disappearing paint. Okay, we'll come back to that one because it's giving me issues. Okay, and then this one is here. Kind of has a swingy, kind of pointy at the top kind of thing going on. Just some circly blobs. Blah, 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 blah. And this one, I'll do a little bit of this. That's a nice dark orange color. Orange is not my favorite, but for today. And then this is the one that I'm, I may take a tiny bit of this color and drop it into this one too. Let's just make it 2 colors. And that's completely fine. We're just making blobs. And that'll give it some texture, some variation. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. We could even take a little bit of red. Getting it all over the place. Put some red. Ooh, that's a lot of red. I think I'm gonna blot that. So I think I've shown you this before. You get too much paint, do that, and you can swish it around. Let's do that because I don't want quite that much red. But some red might be fun. So I just pretty much almost covered up all that color that I didn't like. Should have started with this to begin with. All right. And I think I'm going to add a little bit more yellow and just see what we get with this thing. There's that Easter egg color. That Easter egg where you go, okay, stop adding color because it's not getting any better. Okay, there's some blobs. That's all we need. but we need it to dry. And then we're going to come in with our pens, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do. I'm going to move this out of the way because, you know, if you've seen my other videos, I will use that paint. I will use that for little swatches. I think I called them swatches that I can put inside of their cards. All right, we're going to let it dry, and we're going to take our marker. And if you guys feel like you need to do this in pencil first, it's okay. And we need to make sure that we are using, unless this is completely dry, we need to make sure we're using one of our waterproof pens. Ooh, that one's purple. That would have been fun to put on there. Surprise! I think I'd like to have a 5 if I have a 5 somewhere. Here it is. So I'm just going to use this Micron 5. And see how it says archival ink right there? That is stuff that archival ink does not run. So if you wanted to do your pen work first and paint over it, it's okay to do with this. And I'll show you some cards in the next video, in another video, that I used a archival ink stamp pad, and I stamped, you know, I have like 7,000 stamps. Stamped some stamps on a card and then painted over it, because you can do that with archival ink. You can do that, and they came out so cute. So anybody guess what we're making? All right. I think that one's pretty dry. Wait one more minute. And of course you can write a sentiment on it. After we're done, we'll see. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start not at the top. I'm going to start a little bit down from the top, making sure that's all dry. I don't want to lay my hand in this one is my problem. But this is the one that I need to start on, I think. Unless I can start on this one. I can probably start on this one. Okay, so I'm not going to start at the top. Can you see? Look, I can lower you. Learned how to do it. And I'm just going to start, not quite at the top, see, kind of halfway down here. Or not halfway, but a little bit down. And I'm going to start with, please write on this. Please be dry enough. Okay, so you see I did not start at the top, and I'm just gonna do these things, a couple of these things. It's not really liking it, so it must not be quite dry, but it's okay. All right, so we do a couple of these things. Does anybody know what we're making? All right, and then we're gonna do this type of thing. Come on, please write, Mr. Pen. And then we're going to do these around the back, like this. Okay, that's it. Now we're going to come over here to this one because it's dry. And we're going to start the same thing. We're going to, got my hand wet. Let's do this one. I'm trying to avoid this one because I put so much paint on it. Until it dries. So let's do this one. How do I do that? Put my hand right there. So I'm going to start down here with this one. Can you see? And I'm going to do the same thing I did on the other one. And then I'll come back and fix those things. Notice how I'm not going quite to the edge. It's just kind of funkified. Is that a word? It is now. Okay. So I guess if you don't know what we're doing yet, Well, I'm not going to tell you. So here's, we're going to draw the stem part. And it can be any way you want it. And then we're going to draw the back parts. And they just basically are the same thing. We're drawing funky pumpkins. I think they're so cute. This is has some attitude over here. So this one, I'm going to start, and see how I'm not paying attention. It's not right on the lines. I'll come back and fix this one a little bit. And maybe this one. Okay. This one I think I'm going to have going, I think this is going to be the top. So I'm going to start it here and just do our round kind of, whoops, panel-y thing. Come on, baby, right on here. There we go. And this one's going to be thicker. I'm fighting with my pen because it's saying I'm not really sure I want to write on here. See, this is super easy. You didn't know you could draw a pumpkin like this, did you? Well, guess what? You can. And then we just do these things on the back that look the same. Come on. Aren't they cute? Aren't they cute now? All right, and this one, let's see. Where do I want the top to be? I think I want to do it right here like this. Remember, I'm not going all the way to the bottom. I'm not like doing it straight on the thing, on the paint lines. I'm just doing it close because I think that gives it so much pumpkin. So much character. There's a stem. This stem's going to go off the page. And then we're going to do the rest like here. Come on. Okay, I think this probably needs to come over here a little bit more. I'll come back and fix that. But I just wanted to make it more look like a pumpkin. And then this one, stem is going to go this way. And so we're going to start our little things right here. Don't do like I did and make a big old hole in between them, because it doesn't make it look like a pumpkin that way. It needs to come, the lines need to come all the way down and touch like that. I'm going to fix that. And I'll show you how. Because remember, we can fix just about anything. Oop, this one's going off the page. That's okay. And then we'll do our top ones. So this one's going to go this way. Look at our pumpkins. And the reason I said this is a hope, because we are having a little bit of fake fall here and a little bit of cooler weather. And so I thought maybe if I drew some pumpkins, it might get better. And maybe it'll stay. Because we're pretty much done with summer. I'm pretty much done with summer. So now I'm going to go back with my pen a little bit more and funkify some of these lines. So just like this. Let's take a smaller one. Now let's do this one. I'm going to try it on regular paper just to make sure that it's going to cooperate with me, because it's kind of being stingy, and I have some paper over here. It's not. All right, so here we go. I'm going to start here because this is the one I really need to fix. So I'm just going to do a double line and a triple line. Can you see me just going around them? That's how I like to do these things. You know that. You've seen me draw my double, triple outlines on a lot of things, because I just like the way it makes it so kind of funky, kind of more character. But see how it covers up that mess that I did? Okay. This pen is just not. He says, you know what? I'm tired. You made me draw on paint that was kind of wet, and I'm not appreciating it. If pens could talk, right? All right, I've had enough of it. I'm gonna get this, oh, that's the purple one. I'm not gonna get that one. 2 size, I'm trying to find another 5, but I don't know if I have one with me. 3 and 8. 3 it is. It's a little bit smaller, but that's okay. And I'm just going around a couple times. Then I'm going to go around this. Okay. I'm going to fix this one. Boy, they don't like drawing on this paint. Either that or all of my pens are giving out at the same exact time. Wouldn't that be interesting? No. All right. What do I got? I got a Sharpie. Sometimes I think Sharpies don't do as well, though. And this is the ultra fine point, I believe. Yeah, ultra fine point. Sharpies are supposed to be waterproof, but I know I haven't used this one, so I'll just continue on with this. Okay, now we're moving. It's much nicer when you don't have to fight with your pen. Hope you guys are doing okay today. It's the end of a weekend. It's a Sunday. And man, it's been a busy Sunday or Saturday. Yesterday was so busy. I had 3 appointments by 1 o'clock. So today, after church, I was just like, you know what? I'm not doing anything except staying home, getting some chores done before I start another week of work. So here we go with our little outlines. We have some other blobs we're gonna do too. And then of course I want to get back to my cards. This is a card and a blob. So what series do we put it in? Blobs or cards? I don't know. Maybe both. I got to talk to a couple people at church, and they were saying that they like the videos. So I was really excited about that, because I really feel like the Lord led me to do this. So I want it to be what He wants. Okay, so there's our Funky Punkies. Now we still have to take our little pens, and I want to do some green. I want to do brown stems. So I'll get out a brown, and I want to do some green little twirlies. Little twirlies. So let's take this brown and let's just do some stem work. Doesn't have to be all the way colored in. Can be. These are pretty long-stemmed pumpkins. I think. I don't know if I've seen this long stem on pumpkin before. But it's my creation. Just like it's yours. You can do any kind of pumpkin. Pink pumpkins would be wonderful, I think. So here's this green. And we're just going to do, we're almost done, some little twirlies. You know, oh, I want to bring this stem down a tiny bit more. There we go. We're going to do some twirlies on the top of our pumpkins. Just going to do some little lines that make it a little bit more festive looking. Because, you know, I mean, these are not real pumpkins. You know, I don't draw things that, you guys know that about me. Cartoony stuff. Okay, so there we go. And we could even do fall. We could do the word fall. We could do it right here. Let's do it in, I think I want to do it in this color. And I'm going to do long skinny letters. And I'm going to eyeball it. You might want to, if you don't feel comfortable, you might want to put it in pencil first. How's that? Happy fall. That's it. There's our pumpkins, our funky punkies. I hope you enjoyed it. Super easy, super short. Talk to you later. Watch, like my Facebook page. Oh, and I got some, in talking to one of the ladies at church about the videos, she said she was on Facebook, my Facebook page, We're Making It, and she watched most of it, and then it cut off. And so I went back and checked, and I think sometimes they make them reels and not like a post. So make sure that you're either watching the post and not a reel. Otherwise, you might miss the last of it. She said we got all the way to the end of one of the videos that she was watching, and it cut off, and she didn't know how to finish it. I don't want that to happen for you guys. So, and then I want to show you the inspiration for this one. See how they're just funky shaped blobs? There we go. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you back really soon.